You're either an iPhone person or an Android person. There's no in between. Either way, you've likely heard all about Apple's latest product, the iPhone X. If you're the former, you might be excited to buy it, but hold your horses until you've heard about these problems. On the other hand, if you're an Android person, you'll likely thoroughly enjoy this video. Today we're showing you 10 surprising reasons you should never buy the iPhone X. For more videos on new technology, make sure to subscribe to the hub. Unlike the iPhone X, there's no tricky recognition steps needed. Just press the red button below. Touch ID. We used to consider the idea of fingerprint recognition scary and confusing, a certain way to allow people to scam us and also definitely the start of a downhill spiral. Nowadays though, it's become the height of convenience when it comes to unlocking our phones. But the iPhone X is the first iPhone released that won't include Touch ID as a feature. Instead, you'll have to use Face ID, which takes longer to work. No more will we be able to access our phones instantly. The headphone jack. So the iPhone X isn't the first to remove the headphone jack, but you'd have thought with the hefty price tag we'd still be allowed to use our own headphones. But nope, the iPhone X requires users to either use the new headphones with the custom-made connector point, or to buy a separate piece that will allow the user to connect standard headphones to the iPhone. Let's also remember this means no listening to music and charging the phone at the same time. It's a no from us. The price. iPhones have always been expensive, but the iPhone X is the cherry on top of the cake. Sure, it says it includes some special features, but it's definitely not worth the price considering the vast range of similar phones on the market that all have similar features. The iPhone X starts at $1,000, while the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, which has more impressive features, is $930. The LG G6 is $500, and the OnePlus 5 is $450. It's clear to see that Apple's high price tag isn't really worth it when you look at similar products out right now. The notch. The new shape of the iPhone X means a bigger screen resolution, sure, but it also comes with what's been referred to as the notch. The notch is the small panel at the top of the phone which includes things like the camera, microphone, and speaker. Those who reviewed the phone already say it looks messy and stands out, and many have said they're going to give the latest iPhone a miss because they really don't like the design. We can't say we disagree either. Face ID. If we thought Touch ID was a security issue, then don't get us started with Face ID. When it's been tested previously, the phone has been able to be unlocked when shown a photo of the user's face, which obviously isn't ideal if your iPhone gets into the wrong hands. Face ID is still in development stage, which means iPhone X users are basically the guinea pigs for the software, and we wouldn't want to be the first to find our data hacked if something goes wrong. Production issues. The iPhone X is also thought to come into stock issues. Ming-Chi Kuo, widely regarded as the best Apple analyst on the planet, announced in a report that the phone will probably be released later than the anticipated date. This is due to problems surrounding the true depth camera sensor on the phone. He also said there's a high chance stock will be extremely limited as a result of this, so potential buyers will have to try extra hard if they want to get their hands on the latest iPhone. Too slow. But if you've decided that the security of Face ID doesn't bother you, consider that it takes longer to unlock too. Whereas Touch ID simply requires the user to place their finger on the phone, Face ID means you'll have to lift the phone directly up to your face, keep your head still, and pray that it'll recognize you. Sure, it's still a fast process, but not if you're doing it hundreds of times a day, and let's not talk about getting a haircut or a new pair of glasses. Wireless charging. We think it's pretty revolutionary, but actually, wireless charging is already a thing for Android users. It just hasn't been publicized as much, and while Apple may be bigging it up as a fun new feature, the iPhone will still take a longer time to charge wirelessly than its Android equivalent. Androids can charge up to 15 watts an hour, while Apple's iPhone X will stand at a measly 7.5. We've spent enough time complaining about iPhone batteries already, so we know which one we'd rather go for. Not always compatible. Gigabyte LTE is now a reality that means download speeds can hit 1 gigabyte, far faster than in the past. Buy pretty much any new phone on the market, like the Galaxy Note 8, Moto Z2 Force, HTC U11, or LG V30, and you'll be able to use it. But one phone you can't access the faster speeds on is the iPhone X. Apple said in the product release that the iPhone X includes LTE Advanced, which is great, but it's not the same as Gigabyte LTE. There's no X factor. The iPhone X is depressingly similar to the iPhone 8, except it's much more expensive. You'd think that a supposedly more impressive phone would include more high-tech features, but the only obvious difference is the design. There's nothing that makes it stand out in the current market, and as phones go, it's certainly not worth the hype it received. If you really want to buy a new iPhone, consider getting the iPhone 8 and save yourself money and a security breach in the process. Has this video made you doubt whether to buy the iPhone X or not? Let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks!